I'm sure it's for Kena Bridge of Spirits review. So let's take a look at Ember Lab's first foray into video games. To summarise the story, you are...
I'm searching for the sacred mountain shrine. Can you take me there?
The story is not the strong point of this game, as the information about what is going on and why Kena is even there is given to you in pieces, and in the end, Kena doesn't really feel like her story ever was fully fleshed out. The gameplay focuses on three core aspects: exploration, environmental puzzles, as well as combat. To progress to each area, you encounter different environmental puzzles, and it progressively gets more challenging as you go through the game, so it always feels refreshed. And I think Ember Lab did a really good job in refining this environmental puzzle system. Combat is really fun and engaging. You start out with just basic melee attacks with your staff, and then eventually you can turn that staff and use it like a bow for a ranged attack. The other part of combat that you have is the rot. Now the rot are the little creatures that you find throughout the game, almost like Pikmin, and during combat you might get little cues to use the rot to target your opponent, and as you go and progress through the game, the rot actually get a lot more abilities and become a lot more useful in combat. Now, the combat actually can get surprisingly challenging. One thing to note with combat is though, it is few and far between, so you're not transversing the world, going from battle to battle, action packed. It's very much, you do an environmental puzzle, you move to the next area, you find out a little bit of information, you go to an area that's infected with spirits, evil spirits, and then that's where the combat ensues, and you're generally cleansing a seed from that area. Kena Bridge of Spirits does have some tutorials, however they're quite few and far between, and if you're not a gamer, then you might find it a little bit difficult in the beginning. As somebody who plays video games regularly, I know things like press L3 to run, press X twice to double jump, but if you've never played a game before, or you're picking this up as your very first intro into games, it would be very difficult, as some of the early puzzles in the game, you do need a double jump, and the game doesn't teach you that mechanic, which would be easily fixed if, say, in the menu there was a section that showed you what the controls were. However, there's none of this in the game, which I could see being a barrier of entry to newer players or more beginner players. An outstanding soundtrack accompanies this game, and it features traditional Balinese music. It's composed of very low-key melodies, and there's singing throughout from the same actress who voiced Kena in the game, so I think that's a really nice touch. Another thing to mention with the audio is the voice acting in general is tremendously well done.
Let me help you. I can heal these spirits and restore balance to the forest.
I know you are kind. You sense the power that flows through this land, but you do not fully understand it.
The character designs in Kena Bridge of Spirits are absolutely stunning, which makes sense considering Ember Lab affiliation with animation. You can see the care that's really gone into all the designs in this video game. Another wonderful thing about all the visuals is that despite the world being relatively empty, it actually feels alive, and I think also the rot following you around really helps and adds to that. They pop up in little locations, and the rot also has their own animation every time you find another one, which is really something I didn't expect the game to have in it. It's definitely an added detail that enhances the visual experience that you embark upon when you enter into this world. Quick tip for any of you that want to interact more with the rot in the game, you actually can. If you press the left D-pad, Kana will sit down where you can pet the rot. You can also have them give you a kiss. It's really cute and really nice feature added into the game. In the end, Kana Bridge of Spirits really refreshes familiar combat and exploration systems in a way that makes for a very fun and exciting game. And as always, if you've enjoyed watching this review, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more gaming related content. Bye bye!